What's going on, guys? I'm Tyzilla, and I just want to say I appreciate you being here. At the end of the video, please feel free to slap a like on there, comment down below if you've got any questions or comments. And what I'd like for you to do, if you do anything at all, is to share the video, copy and paste the link up above somewhere, either maybe in a group message to your buddies or somewhere on social media. That'd be really cool. I'd appreciate the support. But this is about how much scrutiny gaming comes under. It feels like on a weekly basis, but comes under a lot of scrutiny. But just a disclaimer: I'm fully aware that there are things far more important going on in the world than gaming and the hate that it gets. But I feel like as gamers and this being our hobby, I feel like we have every right to voice our opinion and our concern about our hobby, and that's what I plan to do with this video. So let's dive on in. I don't even know where to begin with this because there's so much bullshit out there, and there's so many people that are targeting, and there's names we can name drop, we can quote what people have said, which is what I'm going to do here in just a second. But it starts even as small as somewhere on social media. I'm seeing it more and more over the last few weeks where people are they're posting these memes that say things like, the world needs less Xboxes and more tackle boxes, or just whatever. There's another anti-Xbox or anti-gaming meme, has a picture of a little girl and her dad. They're working on this car together, and it says, "Memories aren't made with dad playing Xbox." You son of a bitch. How dare you be a dad and try and have a hobby? You are a worthless piece of... According to my Fitbit, I just masturbated for about 5.5 miles. That's a good meme. See, that's a good meme. That's a meme everybody should have. I can remember going to friends' houses and their parents playing with us and having a blast creating memories. So that right there, that's a false statement. I know plenty of people who've had great memories with their parents involved with them in playing games. I think those are parents of the year, if you ask me. And when my kids get older, I plan on doing the same thing. So suck it, shitty meme. It's not just these people. It's not just those people on social media. It's government freaking officials. I mean, you have people like former California State Senator Leland Lee, who went on a crusade to get violent video games out of the hands of out of anyone who wasn't 18 years of age, and went on a crusade about that and tried to get rid of them, and lobbied to do so. And irony of that is he would end up doing time, or is doing time, for gun trafficking. Joke's on you, Mr. Leland Lee. That sucks for you. But it wasn't just him. You had, a former lawyer. I say former, he was disbarred, Jack Thompson from Florida, who did the same thing. Went on this crusade to try and end violent gaming. You've had the Gamergate, and Anita Sarkeesian, and trying to screw and kind of discombobulate the way, developers make their games, and saying that, oh, well, no, women don't have a proper role in gaming. This needs to be more diversified. We're going to take this a step further. This just kept going on, and gaming continued to get scrutinized over the years, and it just never seems to stop. It's everywhere. And if you think there aren't lobbyists, if you don't know what a lobbyist is, they're basically just people paid to sit in Washington and to whisper into the ears of senators and state representatives about their party's particular wants and needs. And basically, NRA spends millions of dollars on lobbyists to lobby for guns and for the rights of gun owners. Not saying that I'm for or against gun owners. This isn't a political channel, so I don't want to go too far into the politics of this, although we are talking about gaming and the government. But, the NRA comes under attack every time there's a mass shooting somewhere. They're under attack, and then when there's a school shooting, they're under even more attack by groups, hardcore left-wing groups. And so they have to point the finger somewhere when their back's against the wall. They point it at gaming, at violent gaming. They've done it before. So you've got your jackass friends on social media. You have government officials. You have the freaking NRA. You have special interest groups, and you have lobbyists all lobbying against your hobby. Gets this. because it's too violent. Never mind the fact that movies have chicks with 3 boobs and people's eyes getting gouged out and people talking about getting skull fucked. Never mind those violent movies and games, or movies. But it's the games. It's the violent games that are the problem. Notice I'm wearing this, full support of Mortal Kombat. They were under a lot of scrutiny back in the 90s. It's the radical left and the radical right. It's both sides. And it's just a damn shame. And it's nonstop. And I know that some people watching this who aren't gamers are going to think, come on, man. We got vets to worry about. We got the homeless. We've got mental health. We've got, all sorts of different issues with this coming up. But again, we have every right as gamers and our hobby to talk about the things that concern our hobby. Could you imagine if Major League Baseball was constantly under the scrutiny of the government, or NASCAR, or the NFL, now granted, they are under forms of scrutiny, but my God, gaming, it's like every time there's some sort of an event that involves a teenage kid who happens to play video games, they have to make some sort of correlation. Then you have VR. VR is the next thing. It's the next thing in gaming. We think it might just be some sort of trendy thing for a little while and it may go away. It may or may not. I don't know. But think about if some kid goes on a shooting spree and he happens to be some VR addict, or someone claims him to be a VR addict, they're going to start blaming VR, and it's going to trickle right back into fucking gaming. It never ends. And it never will end. That's why if you are somewhat concerned, maybe do what I did and go dig up some research. I found a crazy-ass Moms Against Gaming group. I'd heard of them before a little bit, but I found them on Twitter. They got close to 20,000 followers on Twitter. And they're crazy. Read the shit they say. You think they're just trolling to troll. No, these people are legit. They have some serious issues against Minecraft. Really against Minecraft, but they really don't like violence in gaming, and they want to do away with it. They even post things like, no matter who wins, we win. Because, you know why? All 3 of our possible candidate, or all 3 of our candidates to be the president, the next president of the United States, have had something to say about violence in video games. Let me start with Donald Trump. Donald Trump said in a tweet after Sandy Hook, he said, video game violence and glorification must be stopped. It is creating monsters. Bernie Sanders, feel the burn. In terms of how we have to deal with these mass killings, if you look at these video games, there is so much gratuitous violence, it desensitizes you to death and killing. Is he serious? People think this guy... What? Hillary Clinton. I think it goes without saying. I don't even have to say anything, and you're probably like, yeah, we know. Hillary Clinton, we need to treat video games the way we treat tobacco, alcohol, and pornography. If you put it really simply... these violent video games are stealing the innocence of our children. Think of the children, guys. I need votes. And it is certainly making the job of being a parent even more difficult. I think that it's interesting that government plays such a role in things, and especially gaming. There you have it. All 3 of these candidates. If you were curious as a gamer, which one of these 3 might actually suit me as a gamer, my one thing that I care the most about in the world... And there's probably some of you who are like, that's fine. That's your right. They don't want to talk about the benefits of gaming. I had to use gaming a lot for a lot of stuff. And I don't know that I've ever suffered from depression, but I know I've had some tough times. And gaming has kind of helped me come out of some of that. As a kid, I had some pretty shitty things happen to me when I was a kid. And, I was able to fire up my Nintendo and just leave that world for a little while. And whether or not you may think that's healthy or not, it certainly helped me a lot. I think it helped me adjust as an adult. I think, playing these games and just forgetting about the real world for just even as little as an hour it was a good thing for me. I think I'm a pretty well-adjusted adult, and I thank gaming for that. I'm not saying that gaming shaped me into who I am as an adult, as a husband, as a father, or any of that stuff, but I think it had a role. And They don't want to talk about that. Obviously, this is on their this isn't on their short list. You know, these guys, Hillary and Donald and Bernie, aren't out on a crusade like, you know, Leland Lee or Jack Thompson. But it does make you wonder. Wow, this is a long video. I'm sorry for that. If you stuck through the whole thing, thank you. I appreciate it. I know it might have even been a little boring. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment. Please share. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. But I want to thank you guys for checking the video out. Until the next video, you guys try like hell to get along and be kind to one another and game the hell on. Be a bad rebel. Play games and stick it to the big brother. Let them know we're playing our games, our violent video games, whether they like it or not. You guys, peace.
Finish him. Kung Lao wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Finish him. Kung Lao wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
So I wanted to talk about something shit. You know, and I don't know that there are. I'm getting something's biting me. Oh shit! What is that? Oh my god! Oh my god! It itches. Oh god! There's just people. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't vote for any of these people. I just. Damn, I wish we had better options. You know, maybe you like all three. I don't know. Maybe you're crazy. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Nathan Drake, you're so sexy. Look at you. Oh, you're so sexy. Oh, God, I love tacos. Hot sauce and tacos.